reading out of the book of Genesis chapter 13 and verse 13. And it reads, "But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly." I'm going to repeat that again. "But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly." Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Power of Israel, Yahweh, Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shai, Ruharu Kakodash. Double honors to the mighty men, the elders, and the apostles in the community, waking up the lost sheep of the house of Israel in these last days. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this truth and humbleness and sincerity. Again, I'm going to say shalom. It'll be a short on the days a lot, okay? And while we are watching this war escalate, talking about this conflict in the Middle East and other proxy wars continue to escalate, okay, like your Russia, Ukraine, something serious is going to happen. Before we get these precepts during the times of Lot, let me show y'all, let me go over, just a few notifications, okay? This was Saturday. End time headline reports, says Saturday, 7:39 p.m. North Korea claims it tested an underwater nuclear drone. Okay, it says criticizes U.S.-led joint drills. I'll repeat that again. North Korea claims it tested an underwater nuclear drone. Okay, criticizes U.S.-led joint drills. And there's a few more that I want to bring out. Okay. It says NATO is set to kick off its largest since the Cold War with over 90,000 troops. And all these troops, I'm going to tell y'all, they are headed to that Middle East area and other parts of the world, chiefly around China, because it's only a matter of moments before China overthrows Taiwan. Okay, so you have to consider we are very close to these great judgments to manifest, right? But our prayers gotta be the deliverance. So you have to be praying for that big one so we could get out of this captivity, right? I'm gonna read this again. End time headline reports. This was from Friday, about 9:50 a.m. It says NATO is set to kick off its largest since the Cold War with over 90,000 troops. And when you check it out, U.S. troops are being sent to the Middle East in great number. And it's because of that war and more wars to manifest in the midst of this one to set off that Slovakia, that Joel 3 account, right? There's one key notification that I want to bring out, which should be earth-shattering for these Babylonians, since they think nothing's going to happen to their precious Babylon the Great, aka America. Okay, this place is an altar and it's set to burn, and it will burn away in 1 hour, as is written in Revelations, the 18th chapter. Let's see. There was an account that Biden wasn't really having any more talks with the Israeli prime minister. That's the one I'm looking for. This was an account from last Wednesday. It says, Pentagon insiders warn we are on the brink of World War III. We're already in World War III, for the record. Okay. World War III earliest stages. I mean, for argument's sake, you could take that thing back to September 11th. From that time to the Ukraine saga that started around, I believe it was 2012 or 2013, yet you had some fighting. There was another incident where Russia overthrew Georgia. They didn't overthrow them. They just made Georgia part of the Soviet Union, or USSR, if I'm saying it right. So I'm probably not. But you had that proxy war. I mean, you fast forward to, I believe that was 2 years ago, Russia warred Ukraine, and this one's lasting much longer. Than you had the old October 7th conflict in the Middle East. Okay. Trying to find that one. I had it, family. There was an account that went into... There it is. This is from Friday. End Time Headline Reports. Slovakia. This is End Time Headline Reports. New report claims that Biden is no longer on speaking terms with Netanyahu. I'm going to read that again. That's how you know something real bad's about to happen in the Middle East. I've been saying this. The elders and the apostles in the community have been saying this. Something very bad's going to happen in Israel. Because when the small hatters are destroyed, their real base is not Tel Aviv. Their real base is the United States of America. And America's going to get destroyed. Check this out. New report claims that Biden is no longer on speaking terms with Netanyahu. I'm probably not saying that right, but y'all know where I'm going. They're no longer on speaking terms. Okay. And that's probably an easy one. Why they're not on speaking terms. The onslaught, the killing. And we know the argument. We know the history. Okay. And that thing has gotten so out of control. It's bad if America's starting to at least question it. Right? But it's like it's all the warning signs of a heavier judgment to come. But let's get to the lesson. I just want to share that. We're going to deal with Genesis and the days of Lot. I'll make it short. I'm not going to keep this video too long. Genesis 19:1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Okay. This is going into when the angels visited Lot. Okay. I won't run through it completely. I'm just trying to get to the key points. We're going to move down. We're going to scroll a bit. Because when you go into the time a lot, okay, you're talking about, you know, that vibration that Babylon the Great pushed here in the United States of America. That wicked, vile spirit. Okay, the violations of the Levitical laws. Y'all know where I'm going. Okay, I'm trying to make it, excuse me, PG. I want it to go to YouTube. So I'm going to do my best to keep it PG and not go off. You know, I don't want them to shut me down. Okay, we doing Slovakia. We're just going into the wickedness of the days of Lot. Okay. Let's go back to verse... We're going to get Genesis 19 and 13. And it reads, "For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord. And the Lord had sent us to destroy it." And this is really going into this sudden destruction. You go into the times a lot, I'm gonna bring it out. It was suddenly destroyed. And the United States of America is suddenly going to be destroyed, family. Okay? That's why I try not to push too hard on Jacob's trouble, because when the Lord come, when you go into the 2 Peter 3:10 account, it's suddenly going to be taken away. So there's going to be a sense of what? A norm. America's going to be in insecurity when it's destroyed. Kind of like little America overseas, but they're fighting and they're getting surrounded by the dragons of Arabia, which is your Islamic Muslim nations. They all aligning themselves as one to overthrow little America. But what happens when little America's overthrown? Okay, yo, check it. America, okay, America's gonna get overthrown. There's a lot of videos going viral on YouTube and social media platforms. They give you the comparisons if Russia was to fight America, or America versus Russia in a nuclear war. They just say they're ending a back and forth nuclear, destruction, the earth to be destroyed. No, that's false. Okay, Edom gonna always give you their Hollywood false science, pseudoscience version of the end of the world. The Bible, or the Word of God, the Word of the Most High, don't say too many missiles is going to destroy the planet, as you so often see in social media. That's a false narrative. When you read Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the earth's going to move like a drunkard. It's kind of going to move like a basketball, for lack of better words. It's going to be bouncing up and down. There's no verse that says the earth's going to explode. That's what they say, because they feel, and you're dealing with Edom and their guilt, because, they have that spirit of Cain. They've been on the run for so many generations, and they've been cocky for so long. They figure, if they're going to be destroyed, everyone's going to be destroyed. But that's not the case. The wicked is going to be destroyed. Chiefly 2 parts, Zechariah 13:8, Hebrew Israelites. They're going to be destroyed for failing to repent, right? Edom is going to be destroyed. But then the elites that, Salakia, that's hiding, or that's building these $1 million bunkers overseas in Hawaii and all these reports. These elites are building these multi-million-dollar mansions underground because they know the destruction. Excuse me. They know the destruction is nigh at hand. And that's all the warning sign we need, that this time in captivity is running out. Okay. Let's continue in Genesis. It'll be short. Let me finish. Genesis 19:13 from the top. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord. And the Lord had sent us to destroy it. I'm going to scroll up using my digital scripture here. Let's get Genesis 19:19. It says, Behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast shewed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. Okay. Verse 20. Behold, now this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape hither. Is it not a little one, and my soul shall live? Verse 21. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing, also that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. Okay, we're going to jump down. Now Genesis 19:21. We're just going to get to the point. We're going to start at verse 23. Genesis 19 and verse 23. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. Okay, because Lot, when you read into this account, it was Lot and his daughters, okay? From the top, Genesis 19 and 23. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. Okay. Verse 24. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Now that this was, that was thousands of years ago in the ancient world. And there's a video, okay? The young brother from BOW did a video not long ago. When you had like the archaeologists, they walked in the area where Sodom and Gomorrah was, and he took a lighter and lit up a rock, and it turned into this molten lava almost. So it's not literally burning, but that place, the aftermath of what happened thousands of years ago could still be seen. So much that if you light a lighter on anything in that area, it turns into like molten lava. And the guy burnt his thumb when you watch the video. That was the young king from BOW. I forget his name. So that's what's going to happen. I mean, to the point. That's what's going to happen to America when NATO. That's why I said America's going to get caught in its security, because NATO, as a lot of the elders and the apostles in the community, different camps and congregations have been warning the people, NATO is going to turn on America. And this conflict in the Middle East, that's going to cause it. Okay. They're going to turn on America. And you know what's going to happen once they turn on America? They're going to shoot nuclear missiles with Russia and its allies. That's what's going to happen. Okay. Right now it's the BRICS versus, how do you say, America, France, Britain. They're in proxies, but they're going to turn on America. And once that manifests, America's suddenly going to be taken by ICBM thermal nuclear missiles. And the nuclear destruction will usher in your Isaiah 43, 1 and 2. The Exodus out of this captivity. Okay, that's what's coming with the destruction. So a lot of you newcomers in this truth, don't be terrified of the flying star. You can read about those in your 2nd Ezra 15 account. Okay. Chiefly all of chapter 15, I'd say 34 on down, to go into that horrible star, because it ain't gonna be a Terminator Genesis movie scene. It's gonna be real time. And in that day, you better pray you're on the right hand side of the Lord. Okay, your Psalms 91, if you know what I'm saying. You better pray you're delivered. Okay, and you in that secret place of the Lord. You in that Slakia, the secret place of the Most High, that you're protected. The angels deliver you. I think that's Revelation 11 and 12, 13. Say, come up hither. And the angels, the chariots, they deliver you on to Zion, or to the wilderness first. If you make it, then to Zion. Okay. I'm going to read this again. Genesis 19 and 24. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Okay. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain, all the inhabitation of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. Okay. And again, the United States of America is going to suddenly be destroyed in their security. because of that sick vibration. Excuse me. And it's a cut. Just reading this in Genesis 19 cuts their narrative that God is love. How God is love and all this happened. So that lets you know the God that the elite families push on the masses is Satan. They're big time Satan devil worshippers, man. Okay, the kings of this earth. Currently, your Job 9:24, they the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Every last one of them. Okay? And so are these two-part bug-out Israelite groups. They the devil that the Bible speaks of. And you got to be very wary of groups teaching. You don't need precepts. Okay? The seed mean agriculture. Is not talking about sperm and all this stuff. It's not, it don't mean that. You don't follow groups like that. What I tell y'all on my channels, on Rumble and YouTube. Keep the precepts. Because if you don't use the precepts, you're going to fall out of this thing, man. The precepts take everything home. It bring home all the understanding you need. Okay? If the Lord destroys Sodom and Gomorrah with fire because of the wickedness, and you get the warning in the 2 Peter's account in Revelations 18 accounts, and a whole bunch of accounts actually. The Most High didn't change, and this judgment is pending right here in America. And if you think voting for Donald Trump or Joe Biden is going to save you, you can forget it. Time is running out, and you have to keep the commandments. I'm warning y'all. I'm just a watchman. Don't kill the messenger. Your vote don't mean a damn thing. You're rallying with your oppressor. Trump can't save you. Joe Biden can't save you. The American flag can't save you, man. It's gonna burn up in 1 hour. Straight up and down. Okay. Check this verse out. Genesis 19:26. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. See, I know what that means. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Get delivered by the chariots. Okay? You get picked up by the chariots in this scary day that's coming right at us. And you so much as get the thought and memory of this place while it's getting hit. And that old mindset kick in right before your deliverance. You're not going to make it. You're just going to be turned into ashes. You won't be a pillar of salt. You're going to be turned to ashes. Because a lot of Israelites, general disclaimer, a lot of y'all want both sides, man. I pray this place go tomorrow, man. I tell y'all straight, man. I pray the Lord knock this thing out swiftly. I can't tell y'all it's gonna happen tomorrow. Because no man know the day of the hour. Like some of the elders say, man, we've been waiting to get delivered yesterday, man. I want out of here, man. Because listen, the money can't help you, man. Your money can't save you. I'm telling y'all straight.
It's a lot of money. What are you doing? What do you mean, forget the money?
Your material goods, it can't help you. Gotta pray that destruction come, because the destruction is going into what? The deliverance also. 2 Ezra 7:43. That's what you gotta pray for. But a lot of Israelites, it's a general disclaimer, y'all want both worlds. You know what that's called? I think that's somewhere around there. That's called being lukewarm. Y'all better pray the Lord get us out of here. But if you're lukewarm, and if you have a Genesis 19:26 account, okay, his wife looked back from behind and she turned and she became a pillar of salt, roughly paraphrasing. If you have that mindset in these last days, you ain't gonna get beamed up. You're gonna get burnt away. Gotta consider that thing. Okay? Fair warning. Genesis 19 and verse. Check this out. Genesis 19 and verse 28. And he looked towards Sodom and Gomorrah, and towards all the land of the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. Revelations. Watch this. Check this out. Let's go to Revelations. Check this out. Let's get Revelations. Y'all know what I want. I believe that's Revelations 18 and is it Revelations 18 and 19? Let's get it. Revelation chapter 18 and 19. Yo, check it. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. That's talking about America. In 1 hour, it's going to rain fire and brimstone by way of the ICBM thermonuclear missiles. But remember, that destruction, if you're new, the nuclear destruction is going into the exodus of the elect and the elect remnant body. Because in the heat of all that, the chosen is they're going to be delivered. And the wicked, they're going to melt in that day, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. Let's get that in the Isaiah account. I'm almost done. I say I won't keep y'all too long. Yo, check it. Isaiah. Let's try 34. Let me see. Check it out. This is not what I wanted, but this is actually a great precept. Isaiah 34 and 10. It says, it shall not be quenched, night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste, none shall pass through it forever and ever. That's synonymous with the judgment. So America going to get hit by a conglomerate of nuclear missiles. This place is going to be destroyed. So if your mind is on staying here, this truth may not be for you. So it's urgent to keep the commandments and walk in this truth. And I'm going to put this disclaimer out. You know, I want to thank the Most High for my audience of 300 combined with Rumble and YouTube. Okay. I only challenge y'all to study the scriptures. You're not going to hear, if it's not of Yahweh Israel, you're not in the truth. It's never going to happen. Yahweh Israel would never, ever, Lord forbid, force a doctrine on y'all. The only thing I tell y'all to do is read, study, and further your research. Okay? I'm 9 years in this, and I still need guidance from elders. Okay? But I'm telling y'all to learn these precepts and study before time runs out. And you have to do this in humbleness, sincerity. Because America's going to get judged. I'm telling y'all straight, this place is going to get wiped off the face of the earth. There will be no such thing as America, Canada, Mexico, okay, the islands. shoot, probably even half of Latin America won't exist. It's going to be blown off the map. Okay. Scripture tell you, roughly paraphrased, it's going to be a desert wasteland. Okay. See if there's any more before I shut this video down. Let me see if there's any more. Check this out. We're going to go up a verse. Isaiah 34:9. It says, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone. Check that. And the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It's talking about America. This place is going to get burnt away in 1 hour, family. And if you believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, why would you be terrified? All we got to do is keep the commandments. No one gives a damn about the ADL, the SPLC, the Canary Mission. We see what they're about. Okay, and they did the Lord. Check it. When you read, I believe that's Exodus 17. We warred Amalek right then and there when you read that whole account. Who do you think we warring right now? Amalek? I'm using the biblical name. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. Except this time, when you read the end of Exodus 17, don't the Most High say he's gonna ward them forever and ever? And they're exposed on all fronts. Y'all know I've been breaking this record. Micah 4:3, Isaiah 2:4. Post World War II, what peace? And that should be a warning to the masses that this thing is coming to an end.
How close the world is to global catastrophe using something called the doomsday clock. The idea began to warn humanity of the dangers of nuclear war, with midnight marking the theoretical point of annihilation. Our reporter Jane Corbin has more.
North Korea has threatened to detonate a hydrogen bomb over the Pacific.
President Putin has ordered Russia's strategic nuclear forces to be...
Every year there's a meeting to assess the risk of global catastrophe and set the doomsday clock. It's a metaphor of how close we are to nuclear Armageddon. A scary thought, but the scientists hope it will alert the public and pressure leaders to make the world a safer place. In 2023, the hands were set at 90 seconds to midnight, the closest they've ever been, in large part because of Russia's war in Ukraine. In Chicago, we've had exclusive access to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, meeting to discuss where to set the clock for this year.
This is a very dangerous time. We have moved from a period where nuclear weapons were considered unusable. We're seeming to move into a period of time where we're not so sure every major country, UK included, is investing in their nuclear arsenal.
But nevertheless, no nuclear weapon has been used for 70, 80 years. People would say, isn't this scaremongering? But there's no way we're moving towards that again.
People would be wrong to say there's no way we're moving towards that again.
Here in Scotland, the UK's nuclear deterrent is on constant alert. The warheads are placed on top of Trident ballistic missiles, housed inside one of 4 Vanguard submarines.
Somewhere out there.
Somewhere out there.
There's a heck of a lot at stake.
Yes, the whole point of the nuclear deterrent is that it's never actually fired. People say, oh, you know, it's a weapon system that would never be used. It's being used at the moment. As we speak at the moment, there is a nuclear deterrent out there. The Vladimir Putins of this world know that it's out there, and they know that it's credible and that we could use it if needs be.
In 2021, the UK government announced that it's increasing the cap on the number of its warheads. Recent suggestions US nuclear bombs may once again be based in Britain has provoked disarmament protests at RAF Lakenheath in Suffolk, highlighting the continuing tension around nuclear weapons.
The world is in a far more dangerous situation precisely because of what's happening in Ukraine.
See if there's one more. Let's see if there's one more. We're going to end it in Isaiah 24 count. And this is what's going to happen to your elite powers that be, okay? Your BlackRock, Vanguard, your Rothschilds, okay? All them elite families that really run this world from afar in wickedness. This is what the Most High going to do to them, man. Check this out. You'll check it. Excuse me. Excuse me, family. Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. That's going into the end of this wicked rulership. Okay. And it shall come to pass in that day, the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. That's going into these elites buying these $1 million underground bunkers, because they're hiding from the Most High by way of his son, Christ, Hamashiach Yahushai. And their time is thinning out. So for Israelites, the knowledge slacky of this truth, keep the commandments. If you're new, hold on tight. It's definitely about to get turbulent, but just be strong. And we gonna be of the Lord. If it be of the Lord, slakia, we'll be the generation to be delivered out of here. If it be of the Lord. Other prophecies still got to play out. Okay. Like I said in a recent video, it's only 3.5 years ago we were tested with the first charagma. And there's a lot of hype about another one, which, you know, you can't rule it out. Okay. That has a lot of areas of teaching, but for argument's sake, the charagma did make a scene with its mandate. And a whole lot more is coming before this deliverance. So Israel, let me see if there's any more. I left out a verse. Isaiah 24 and 22. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. That's going into the wicked kings being judged in that day. You know, Yahushua gonna put them away, for lack of better words. One more verse. Let's get the classic in Obadiah. Going into these elites buying these bunkers. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart had deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Okay. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, America, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. Okay. And America's crashing, y'all. I'm gonna hit y'all with something. That dollar may not crash completely, but you know what's going to crash it? The destruction. The destruction, family. That's what's going to kill America. This war. What the Most High tell us in Exodus 15 and 3? The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. And with that, give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High power of Israel, Yahweh, Bashima Mashiach Yahushai. Double honor to the mighty men, the elders, and the apostles, and the community. Waking up the lost sheep of the house of Israel in these last days. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this truth in humbleness, sincerity. Israel, I love y'all. We got next. Shalom.